didn't ask him, and you ask a man you can dismiss at will, who is your chief of staff, it's because there is an accusation about you illegally reappointing the county secretary, and if he came to testify to these things, he would be exposed as holding an illegal office.
There is no employee of the county government of Meru that I can dismiss annually.
Is the Okolea program part of the Meru Level 5 hospital legal structures?
No.
Therefore, if the roadside declarations or directives you gave with regard to the Level 5 hospital was done in the capacity of Okolea, you must again have been commingling your private charity with the official functions as a state officer.
My visit to Meru Level 5 hospital, I did not do anything concerning Okolea program. It was a visit that I was invited by chief officer and their board.
Let's go to the vilification allegation. Would I be right to say there is no contest between you and the assembly whether you made the utterances in the videos, and that the only point of contest is the meaning to be ascribed to those utterances?
Pardon?
Do you contest the utterances you made at the meeting where Mwangaza was?
There were no utterances that I made to verify anyone.
Let's forget the vilification for now. I'm asking, the utterances on the video where you're seen speaking, are you contesting you made those utterances?
The utterances that I made was a request from the crowd or the residents.
The question, Honorable Governor, did you or did you not make the utterances? We will deal with their meanings. As a matter of fact, the chair assured us they even have Kimeru interpreters. So I'm not even interested in the meaning. I'm only interested in, did you make those utterances recorded on the video? Either you did or you didn't. Which will you take?
I repeat again, I made utterances based from the residents of that area, those that demanded their leader, the MCA, to apologize before he goes on to speak.
Chair, so that my time is not wasted in the altercation with the witness, I'm inviting you to note the witness is not answering the specific question I'm asking, which is whether the video is a depiction of utterances she made. The witness is obsessed with the implications of the utterances or their meaning, which is not my question.
Let us try and avoid that condemnation of the witness. Maybe because you want to get an answer, try and re-paraphrase your question. As you said, if a lawyer like you, who is schooled in English, admitted that it is a foreign language, how about her? We don't know her professional background.
Did you ask the crowd at Mweronkanga whether the Honorable Idili should apologize?
First, after the residents said that
Please answer my question.
Did
you ask the crowd?
Yes, I asked.
Good, you asked. After the first gentleman accused the senator and the MP Tigania East in your presence of sending you certain SMSs as per the video, when you rose to the podium, did you disown the sending of the alleged SMSs?
In meetings that I attend, there are so many speakers, and it is not my duty to go
It's a
on
simple
disowning
question,
every
Governor.
speaker's
Your
wants.
husband, oh, sorry again, Chair. I'm sorry. Thank you. Chair, let's take it as a slip of the tongue. The first gentleman accused the Honorable Cabinet Secretary and the Honorable MP for Tigania East of sending you certain SMSs making extortionist demands. When you took to the podium, did you correct those assertions? Either you did or you didn't. Which one will you take?
First gentleman is a grown-up man.
That's not my question.
Order, Madam Governor. You must answer questions the way you've been asked. He did not ask for that storytelling which you are starting. He wants yes or no.
I did not disown.
You did not disown. When the first gentleman told the public rally that the Honorable Puri Abori had brought fictitious pending bails for 12 companies, did you, after you took to the podium, correct that misleading information?
No, it wasn't in my agenda.
It wasn't in your agenda.
Yes.
Instead of correcting it, didn't you go to actually affirm his assertions and tell the gathering you don't want a Nusumukate government?
No.
You didn't mention Nusumukate in that video?
The video you are talking about, the Tigania East Member of Parliament, I mentioned nowhere.
I'm talking about the Cabinet Secretary and the Honorable Deputy Speaker. Did you correct the assertions made about them demanding a share in the county public appointments?
No.
You didn't. Don't you think, given the seriousness of these allegations, if you knew, as you must have, that they were lies, as a public leader and leader number one in the county, the first thing you should have done is to dispel the aspersions cast on the two honorable leaders?
But because they were uttered by a different person, I thought it was good for me to talk to him later to understand.
These
the source.
utterances, for the record, are not uttered by a random person, but by a person you have given some 2 offices in public, isn't it? Correct or incorrect?
Repeat again.
Were these utterances by a random citizen of Meru, or utterances by a person you had appointed as Last Ambassador and patron of the Meru Youth Service?
By then he was not appointed.
He had not been appointed.
Yes.
Was he the first gentleman at that time?
Yes.
So, don't you think as governor, if the first gentleman makes such serious allegations against other leaders, a responsible governor should take the earliest possible opportunity to clear the air and say that is not correct?
Chair, I think the council should not be asking the governor about somebody who is not here in this court and who is not held accountable in this case.
Before I respond, I have seen the red light from the, is it an objection or something?
Yes, Chairman. Honorable Chairman, we are constrained to interject because the issues that the governor is being put through, they are special in their nature under the law of evidence, under Section 130. She's being asked questions about her spouse. And we have followed through, and she has answered to the best of her abilities. Now she has been asked to form an opinion about her own spouse in a matter involving criminal implications, whether she's the one who is charged, or it may thereafter follow that the spouse may be followed in other different proceedings in another forum. I think under the law of evidence, under Section 130 of the Evidence Act, Cap 80 of the laws of Kenya, spouses and communications relating to spouses are protected. And also, this will not be a witness who will be compelled to form an opinion, especially of an incriminating nature, against her own spouse. And also to give such evidence, she will also not be allowed without the consent of that spouse. These are a declaratory statute. And two, I did not want to venture into Article 50, Clause 2, Paragraph L, which Honorable Chair had inquired about yesterday, on whether if this client is asked questions that are incriminating to her and she refuses to answer, how will the county assembly team treat her approach to such kind of questions? And we hadn't thought we'll get here. I thought the county assembly team will be a little bit guided, not to require the governor to form an opinion, especially of an untoward nature against her spouse. That is, Honorable Chair, the protection we are requesting this committee to afford the witness and the governor, and to allow her to exercise the right to a fair hearing under Article 50 on those two parameters that I've mentioned. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Council, I think both the Vice Chair and your colleague, they're not asking for too much. We are not sitting here to determine the innocence or otherwise arising from the utterances of the first gentleman. Leave that for another court.